Lan, if you can begin with an opening statement.
Well, we need, both teams needed a win really badly. I thought, they came in, I'm sure they understood after, some of the games they played at Miami, at Louisville, and, they're looking at Creighton thinking that this is important. And we obviously, having lost 3 in a row. So I thought both teams fought. It wasn't the prettiest game for sure. But I thought, I thought our kids pushed through, and that's what's gratifying is we've had to do that because of our injury situation. We haven't been able to put together the kind of practice scenarios we'd like, and we haven't, and lineups are different. And I said, obviously, you can tell we hadn't been in a close game because we, it's, a lot of that's my fault. I mean, we didn't execute and finish the game the way we would have liked, but we haven't been in a close game, and we, when you're struggling to win games, you're not as worried about situation stuff. You're just worried about getting better. Tatum was terrific, I thought, for the second game in a row, which is great. So younger players, Rachel, I thought did a lot of really good things, and then Audrey. They did a good job of. They played Audrey small the whole game. They played Maddie, Simon, and Leah Brown on her, and said we're not going to give up threes, and we're going to. And so I think Audrey's not going to like that she didn't make a three, but for her to get 18 points without making a three is a credit to her toughness to go inside and get the points inside the three. Because I don't, she's going to see that, and so we gotta probably help her out more in terms of getting her more pure post ups, but against smaller players. But I thought, that's a great stat line for her to get 18 points without making a three. So anyway, we still got a long way to go, but we obviously needed that win.
Questions from the student athletes?
I guess Audrey, what enabled you guys to kind of find it semi-groove offensively? I don't know if you guys felt like it started clicking, but what do you think helped you settle in?
I mean, I think our movement was really good. That was kind of something that we were preaching, and I think we just made strong plays. People made drives, obviously good passes, and I think we were just finding the right people, and it was a balanced attack, I think, which was really nice to see. People stepped up, made plays, and effort plays as well.
Tatum, you had a number of plays where you kind of just drove into the paint, maybe a jump stop, maybe you found a seam, got to the rim. What were you seeing in terms of trying to attack them?
Yeah, one of our emphases was to get into the paint because we know that they're going to collapse on us, and then we're going to have wide open shots on the perimeter. So I just tried to do my best to get in there. We've been, that's what one of our main focuses was, just get in the paint, 2-foot plays, make a strong 2-foot play, and find the open man.
You guys are able to run it off the 3-point line pretty well. I mean, you're 2 for 22 tonight or this afternoon. Was that kind of the goal coming in, just kind of control the outside and not let Kate Kane get too many touches at the post?
Audrey or Tatum?
We gave up a lot of them.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Kate Kane's a great player, so that was obviously a big defensive key for us was to control her. But I think just trying to have effective help and being active on the defensive end.
Any other questions for the student athletes?
Well, I guess maybe Audrey, an effort standpoint, I mean, it just seems like you guys the last game were hustling more, and this one for sure you got a lot of hustle plays like you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is click that you've seen from players like Tatum and maybe Temi and some of your other younger players that just maybe played it more aggressively?
Yeah. I mean, the coaches have been preaching it to us day after day, so I think that's one thing. But, I mean, it's something we're going to have to do. We're undersized in a lot of positions, and they were a bigger team. So we knew coming in we were going to have the energy and had to limit their runs and make those plays. And, I mean, I think that boosted our energy and our confidence, and I think that just led us to the win.
Program and a tough road game. I credit Creighton for the offensive adjustments they made in the second half, and they really came out and put it at us in the second half. It's disappointing, and we're going to have to really kind of figure some things out, get back to the drawing board, and find a way to bounce back.
And a couple sort of lulls offensively. I think there was one in the first half and maybe one early in the second half where they were able to sort of change the complexion of the game. Just what did you see in terms of your guys attacking, and did you like the shots you got? Did you...
I thought we were a little out of rhythm today, and part of that's just, Creighton is a really difficult matchup, and they are able to run some different lineups that are big and lineups that are small, and then when they go small, if you try to kind of match up with them and to be able to defend and get defensive stops, it maybe pulled us a little bit out of an offensive rhythm.
And you got some really nice looks from the three-point line, and a lot of them just didn't go down to 22 from the field. Just talk about what you kind of saw from Hannah. I mean, she passed the ball really well today, but just kind of wasn't able to find a rhythm offensively. It looked like scoring.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hannah is at a point where she feels like she really is ready to try to break through. I mean, she hasn't quite yet this season played up to what we all know she's capable of playing, and she's shown some flashes of being really, really good, and she's doing certain things. I mean, the one thing we focus on as a program is that when the ball is not going into the basket, is find ways to help our team in other ways. And even today, when she was 1 for 10, she was able to impact the game with 6 assists and did some things there. But I just think overall she's a great player that is going to bounce out of kind of this little lull and being able to play at the level she's capable of and shoot the basketball a little bit better than she did today.
It seems like you guys kind of battled some foul trouble with Maddie and Taylor in the fourth quarter there, and just kind of had to switch lineups late in the game. Do you think that had much of an impact? Or?
Yeah, I mean, foul trouble was an issue the whole game. Even Hannah getting 2 quick fouls in the first quarter and having to sit her there for a bunch of time in the first half, and her and Taylor and Maddie, all 3 in foul trouble, and that was a big key factor to just some different lineups that we were having to go with, which was kind of having us out of system, out of rhythm. But certainly a situation where it's a lesson that you've got to figure out a way to guard without fouling. And I think there were a lot of free throw shot on both sides and a very physical kind of rivalry type of game. But we're going to have to figure out how to be smart and take away some of those dumb fouls that end up putting us into foul trouble.